What's happening? What's happening with everybody? What's going on? Y'all already know you tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. What's happening? What's happening with y'all? Man, we got a lot to cook on today. Definitely got a lot to cook on. Cash Crypto, what's happening with it? Salute. Sean 313, what it do? Jay Hizzy, what's happening with it? He said, ETB, I see you on Twitter, Playboy. Everyone getting active on here. Yeah, but I don't really be on there that much. I'm trying to start using it, but I don't really know how to use it. I just know how to comment, like back to somebody and things like that. But it's another Everything Boxing that's on there that's not me. A lot of people think that's me, but it's not me. Mine has my logo. Mr. Blue, what's happening with it? Salute. But yeah, y'all come in the building. When you get in the building, make sure that you comment so I can know you're in the building. And yeah, man, we definitely gonna cook today. And smash the like button. You know what I'm saying? Smash on the like button. Is my audio? Is everything all right? Think I'm good. Yeah, I think everything should be good. Raul Garcia, what's happening with it? King Ty, what's happening with it? Salute. Patrick Bell, what it do? Yeah, I don't know what your name is, dog. You got a whole bunch of numbers and letters. But yeah. We gonna talk about this whole Tank situation, man. We gonna talk about what Calvin Ford had to say and what Tank had to say himself. So we definitely gonna cook on this. Yeah, we definitely gonna cook for sure, for sure. Man, yes, sir. But yeah, a lot of more things going on in boxing, man. A lot more things going on in boxing. If y'all ain't checked out the video that I just put on Errol Spence, go check that out, man. Yeah, go check that out, man. I don't know. I don't know about EJ. I don't know about my boy EJ. He ain't looking in too good a shape. So, well, I mean, shit, he ain't looking in shape at all. So y'all go check out that video, you know, after this live, of course. After the live stream, if y'all ain't checked that out, go check that out. But yeah, it's a lot going on, man. And I see Clarissa Shields, man. Clarissa Shields been getting a lot of heat on Twitter. Everybody been, it's crazy because Clarissa, you know, she's very outspoken. And she'll respond to people. So people take advantage of that. And it's a lot of Clarissa Shields hate that I see going on. You know what I'm saying? They mad because she came out and what she did is she congratulated Amanda Serrano and them for going, you know, for being the first women to go 12-minute, 3-minute rounds, right? But she also said, you know, hey, she let everybody know that she was one of the first ones actually advocating to do that. Now, of course, everybody ran with that, and now everybody's saying that she's hating on Amanda Serrano, and she always got to put herself in it. But, I mean, what she said is the truth. She was always talking about she was always talking about wanting to go 3-minute rounds. Also, Amanda Serrano, because Amanda Serrano, she's been saying that for the longest time also. So, you know, whole bunch of unnecessary shit going on. And so people try to flip it and say that she's hating on Amanda Serrano and, you know, just trying to stretch shit and make something big that is really not. Picasso, what's happening with it? Salute. And like I said, y'all smash the like button, you know, smash on the like button. It's only like 35 people in the building. Like I said, y'all know they don't send my notifications out like that. But let me know that you're in the building, comment, and continue to hit the like button as you come in the building. You know, I see right now it's only a lot of y'all still ain't hit the like button. So make sure that you smash the like button. Yeah. So yeah. But in other news, man, we got a lot of boxing coming up. Now, man said Andrade versus Benavidez. I think Andrade has a legit chance to win. I mean, that's your opinion. I don't have no problem with that. I don't agree with it. You know, I mean, nah. Andrade is not beating David Benavidez. I mean, he hasn't done nothing in his career to show me that he can beat a fighter like Benavidez. First, y'all got to think. Andrade is what, like 35 years old? So he's not in his prime no more. He hasn't looked good. Like, when has he looked impressive? His last fights. Like, it's been a long time since he looked impressive. And then when you say look impressive, you want to say against somebody that was like worth even talking about. And I can't tell you when that's happened because I don't remember too many fights that he's had with somebody that's worth being talked about. And he's not a 168-pound fighter. He's just not. I mean, yeah, he's at the weight class now. He done bulked up. But his best weight class, like I continue to tell people, was 154. When he was at 154, he was a beast. But, you know, he couldn't get none of the big fights up there. You know, yeah, Benavidez is fast. His stamina is through the roof. He hits hard. He's active. He don't never stop throwing punches. You know, he don't have the best feet, but I mean, ain't nobody been able to beat him yet. Dundada says, I think Andrade said he can't make 160 no more. Well, I mean, he can't make 160 no more, but I mean that doesn't make him a natural 168-pound fighter, and that definitely don't make him, you know, any better at 168 than he was at 160. Like, it's crazy because I'm hearing a lot of people say that that Andrade will win this fight. But we saw what Andrade looked like his last fight. Like, he looked like some shit. He looked pitiful. Like, real talk. Against the fighter that was like a C- level fighter. So how y'all think that he gonna come in there and look way, way better and perform way better against David Benavidez, who was an A-level fighter? He looked like some shit. Like, he did win that fight, of course, but he looked like some shit against a B-level fighter. I mean, not even a B-level, a C- level fighter. Andrade looked like some shit his last fight against a C-, C-level fighter at best. And y'all expect him to go in against an A-level fighter and look great and pull out I mean, it's happened before, but I don't see it happening. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it happening. He said, Dundada and knockout, what's happening with it? Salute. Dundada says, if Andrade don't slow down, I think you meant if he don't slow down the second half of the fight, I think he got a good shot. Well, people keep on saying these ifs and ifs and he gonna do this and but let's talk about what we've seen, right? We got to take a fighter for the type of fighter that we've seen them as and how we've seen them perform over and over again. With Demetrius Andrade, he's always been a front runner fighter. You know, he's dangerous in the first 4 rounds. After that, he slows down. And he just, to me, right, after the first 4 rounds, he's just a basic fighter. Real talk. He's nothing special about him after the first 4 rounds. Like, his power don't carry. You know what I'm saying? His power definitely don't carry past the 5th round. And he's real wild. He's not orthodox. And now at 168, he showed me that he don't move as well as he did at the lower weight divisions. You know what I'm saying? He don't move as well as he did in the lower weight divisions. Benavidez is going to cut off the ring on him. I'm telling y'all what's going to happen. Benavidez is going to cut off the ring, and he's going to punish him. Knockout said, y'all better stop picking these old fighters to beat these young men, these young boys, man. He says, don't tell them nothing, ETB. Let them learn on fight night. But see, they already know what they're saying. They don't really believe it because when you get to talking about let's put a bet on it, everybody quiet. Don't nobody want to put no money on it. Don't nobody want shit. Knockout giving y'all push-ups and don't nobody want to bet him no push-ups on it. But everybody swear up and down that Benavidez ain't shit and his feet slow and he did. Okay, well, put your money where your mouth is or put them push-ups on the line. You know what I'm saying? He's not messing with David Benavidez, and y'all gonna learn that. And then it comes Canelo. Then Canelo's up afterwards, but Canelo ain't gonna take that smoke. See, Canelo is a veteran. He's a young veteran, been in the game a long, long time, but he's a very cautious veteran, and he moves very strategically. And he's not gonna fight David Benavidez. KQKC says, what it do? He says, you right. Boo-boo don't move like that anymore. He can't. You know what I'm saying? That weight, it slows you down with age. Knockout. You know what I'm saying? Andrade Andrade, like Knockout said, blood is special and the exception and an exception to the rule, right? Andrade's not. And plus, I think another thing that hurt Demetrius Andrade's career is like Errol Spence, Andrade has had a lot of long layoffs, a lot of inactivity throughout his career. You know what I'm saying? He's had a lot of inactivity throughout his career. And I continue to tell people, man, when you're in any type of sport and you continue to be inactive over and over again, it's not good. And eventually it catches up to you. Eventually it catches up to you. And I think we've already seen that with Boo Boo. We've already seen that with Boo Boo Andrade. You know what I'm saying? We've already seen that. But Sheena, what's going on with the Queen? Salute. Let me see. Let me see. But yeah, you know, so I mean, like I said, I wish the betting odds, I don't know what the betting odds for this fight is, right? But I wish the betting odds were like y'all was talking, because then I could win a whole lot of money on David Benavidez, but I don't know what the betting odds are. Let's see if they got the betting odds out for that fight. Because I'm curious to see what the betting odds are. I'm gonna look at my phone right here. I want to see what the betting odds are for the David Benavidez and Andrade fight. Let me see if the bookies is talking like y'all talking. I want to see. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if the bookies is talking like y'all talking. Let me see. Where we at? Boxing. See if they got this fight. Yeah, that shit. They got shit. Okay. Shakur Stevenson was a negative 1,300 at first, but they took it down to a negative 950. That's still okay. So Benavidez on what's this? FanDuel. On FanDuel, Benavidez is a negative 430. Y'all can see that. I don't think y'all can see that. Focus. But yeah, on FanDuel, they got David Benavidez a minus 430, and they got Demetrius Andrade a plus 220. So yeah, yes, sir. Let me see. Money, what's happening with it? He say, I'm hiding in the chat, stealing all your shit, talking points, titles, and more. Plus, I didn't hit the like button because you a hater. Hey, what's good with it, money? This nigga crazy. Knockout says, oh, it's a negative 360. Where you get that negative 360? I want to see. I want to bet. Where you betting at, Knockout? Where you get the negative 360? Money say Haney better than everybody. He said Haney better than everybody hated. Shakur the biggest duck. Hey, right. That's the, you know what I'm saying? That's the most famous topic on YouTube. Bet US. Bet US is overseas though. See, you in Texas, dog. So you betting in, you know what I'm saying? Y'all still gotta use Bovada and Bet US, and you know what I'm saying? You in money. I mean, well, I think, yeah, I don't even think money be gambling, but I think that if he were to gamble, he would have to use Bet US or some shit like that. Because in St. Louis, it's not legal either. But yeah, I don't got to use that. I used to have to use that shit. You got to wait to get your bread, and send me my shit in less than 24 hours. For real, send me my shit as fast as y'all took it. Ricky Williams, what's happening with it? Salute. Ricky said, fuck boxing. I'm not talking no more boxing. I feel you though, dog. Oh man, I feel you, Ricky, bro. This shit'll get on your damn nerves at times. Real talk. Contender Ray Jean, what's happening with it? Salute. Jay Chestnut, what it do? What's happening with it, Jay Chestnut? But yeah, man. So I'm gonna tell y'all once again, if anybody thinks that Demetrius Andrade is going to beat David Benavidez, let me know. Just let me know, because I want all the smoke in the world. You know what I'm talking about? I want all the smoke. And I want all the smoke. Another thing I want to talk about, man. Another thing I want to talk about. Check this out. We know that Shakur Stevenson has a fight coming up in like 2 weeks. Shakur fighting in 2 weeks. Where's the promotion? Where's the love? Motherfucking Bob Arum treating Shakur Stevenson like all his haters on YouTube treating him. Why that man, they ain't gave that man a press conference. They ain't gave that man a blood, a sweat, or a tear. They ain't gave him no type of nothing. They just told you last month Shakur was going to be fighting on the Thursday and left it alone. Like, what the hell is going on? Real talk. If you look at the top ranked stable, Shakur is the best fighter they got over there. On the whole stable. Yeah, I said it. Shakur Stevenson is the best fighter they got on top ranked whole stable. And you mean to tell me y'all ain't gave that man no type of press? Can I get a flyer? God damn. Y'all ain't gave that man a flyer. Y'all ain't gave that man nothing. But you expect for people to know that the fight popping off and to go and fill up the arena? Like, what are y'all doing? How is he ever going to have any type of leverage trying to fight a Gervonta Davis if y'all ain't putting no motherfucking press to his fights? Like, Shakur Stevenson, I mean, we're putting it on a Thursday because it's Formula One weekend. I mean, Formula One is a big weekend, so we're going to get all of the Formula One people to come to Shakur's fights. How the fuck is the Formula One people supposed to know that Shakur fighting if you ain't even gave that man, you ain't even handed out a flyer for that man? You know what I'm saying? You ain't even handed out a flyer to the dude. Oh shit. Money want a link. I'm gonna send Money a link. And I can guarantee y'all want to stay, because it's probably finna be an argument in a little bit. It's probably finna be some bullshit between me and Money in a little bit. I'm saying it right now, Money. But yeah, man, this shit is crazy. Like, it's looking bad, right? Now, is it because he's fighting a PBC fighter? Is it because he fight? Because y'all know this is a knockout. Said who won the undercard? Shit, bro. I thought you'd be able to tell me. You know what I'm talking about? I thought you'd be able to tell me who won the undercard, because I damn sure don't know. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at the situation, I'm saying, have they not given this event no press because Edwin De Los Santos is a PBC fighter and he had to come over to Showtime? I mean, not Showtime. He had to come over to Top Rank. But it no sense. Fine. Hold on, y'all. My connection messing up for some reason. Let me know if my connection is messing up on y'all end. Let me know if my connection is messing up on y'all end, because it looked like it keep cutting out. It's what? No. They said I'm good. You good? Okay. Because on my end, it's showing me that it's cutting out. But Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, my bad, y'all. So, but like I'm saying, it don't make no sense because you should be trying to y'all should be doing everything you can to try to promote Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all gonna want all the leverage you can get whenever he fights Gervonta Davis if he still is on Top Rank. But it seems like ever since Shakur told him that when he was asked, remember when Shakur was asked, was he staying with Top Rank? Like, was he just gonna say, you know, fuck it, I'm a Top Rank guy? He said, man, hell no. I'm a free agent. I'm gonna be a free agent. Shit, I'm looking at all opportunities. I'm looking at all offers. Whoever come with the best offer. Is that a reason that now it looks like that Top Rank is like, okay, we ain't even finna promote your next fight. Now it's already set up for him to fight Navarrete after that. I guarantee you they promote that shit. I guarantee you if he fight Navarrete, they gonna promote that shit and they gonna make it big. They gonna have a blood, sweat, and tears. They gonna be all up in the camps. They gonna be doing all of that shit. But now that he fights Edwin De Los Santos, which I think is a better fighter than Navarrete is, you know what I'm saying? De Los Santos is a better fighter than Navarrete, straight up and down. They don't want to promote it. We 2 weeks out and don't nobody even know the man fighting, and he fighting on a Thursday. Come on. Now, let me read some of y'all come on. G5, what's happening with it, bro? I see you in the building. Sheena, the queen, is in the building. What's going on with it, Sheena? Let me see KQ say it's, he talking to somebody else. Contender say, look like they trying to set up the Shakur and Navarrete fight. He on the undercard. Yeah, that's the fight. Yeah, that's definitely what they setting up. But Navarrete Shakur gonna go in there and make Navarrete look like that he should have stayed at 130. Let me see what else y'all talking about. Flawless mentality. What's happening with it? OG. Gray say non-Shakur contract about to come to an end, and they definitely should be doing something for the man. Like if I'm Shakur Stevenson, right, and I know that I'm about to be a free agent sometime this year, y'all know what I'm doing? I'm getting the fuck away from Top Rank because now they're showing me, bro, where's the love at? Why y'all not promoting my fight? Why everybody on the stable, y'all put me on a Thursday? This man talking about Formula One weekend. Bruh, motherfucking NASCAR and Formula One fans, they don't give a damn about no boxing. What make you think because these people is going to be showing up to Las Vegas for Formula One, what make you think that they're going to show up to Shakur Stevenson's fight on a Thursday? And like I said before, how you going to show up to something that you don't even know that's going on? Kevin Livingston says Top Rank probably already knows Shakur not signing with them again, so they won't promote him. But another thing, right, is Shakur Stevenson is with Shakur is managed by Jay Prince, right? And all the Jay Prince fighters fight for Top Rank. Name me a Jay Prince fighter that y'all know of that fights on the PBC banner. Somebody help me, because I don't know one. Throughout all the years that I've known Jay Prince promoting, probably 95, 98% of his fighters been under Top Rank promotion. I don't even know if Jay Prince got a relationship with Al Heyman like that. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like Jay Prince, all his fighters, he send to Top Rank. No evidence 340. What's happening with it? Jose says Shakur from pay-per-view fight to a Thursday night fight. Big Dose, what's happening with it? He says KO put that Haney. I mean, I call that man Big Dose. I mean, Big Dog. Big Dog, what's happening with it? He says KO put that Haney coat on skate earlier. It was total destruction. Bill jumped off the panel on the first. He said Bill jumped off the panel on fire because his capping wasn't working. Salute, ETB. Where was this at? KO, where was you on the panel with Bill at, man? I didn't see that. I got to see that shit, man. I got to go back and watch that. I got to see that shit, man. I need some entertainment. I need some entertainment like that. Let me know, KO, where was this at? Yes, sir, G5, and everybody in the building, smash the like button. Smash on the like button. Oh, you said it was on 78 show this morning. Okay, I'm gonna have to go look that up. I'm gonna have to go find that. I'm definitely gonna have to go find that, dog. I want to see that. Hey, cause hey, Bill, you know, see, this is the thing with Bill, man. And like I said, I don't have no problem with Bill. I actually like Bill Haney because I understand that slick talking city, you know, that city slicker shit. I understand that shit. I didn't deal with a whole bunch of cats like that. So I understand how Bill be trying to come. But it takes somebody like a knockout, like a me, that's going, you know what I'm saying, stop building his tracks. And what Bill do, he usually before he used to would go on anybody platform and pull up, you know, but now it seems like Bill is more careful about where he pull up at because he know everybody ain't gonna let him get that shit off that he be trying. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go watch that shit for sure. But you know, I mean, you know, but, hey, one thing I can say about Bill is he do a great job promoting his son. You know what I'm saying? He do a great job promoting his son with all the lines and everything. You know, it's a method to the madness. With all the lines and everything Bill be doing, it's a method to the madness. But you got to check him on it. You know what I'm saying? If he's in your presence, you got to check him on it. Some people ain't gonna do that because, of course, they have a real tight relationship. So they not gonna do that. If they do it in private, I doubt it. But you ain't really gonna, they ain't gonna do that. Not in public. But yeah, I gotta go watch that. But back to what I was saying, man. Yeah, this ain't looking good for Shakur. You know, I'm talking about 2 weeks out and you ain't even promote the man fight. It's not looking good at all. And if I'm Shakur Stevenson, once again, I'm looking at how they treating this fight that I have coming up with Edwin De Los Santos. By far, the toughest fight that I have in my whole career. By far, the best fighter that I fought in my whole career. And y'all not even promoting it. Y'all ain't giving it no shine. And then y'all put me on the Thursday. Yeah, all right. I'm cool. I'm going to stick to my training. I'm going to keep my head down. But soon as my contract is up, I'm chunking the deuce. I'm gone. So, moving along, right? Big Dog says they had no intentions on promoting this fight. Yeah, we can see that now, Big Dog. We obviously see that. And y'all smash the like button. Let me see what these likes is looking like. Yeah, y'all smash the like button for me. Get the likes up. Because the likes is down. And motherfucking likes is way low. Y'all got to get the likes up. Now I want to talk about, I don't know, I dropped Money the link. I was trying to wait for Money to catch this link. I sent it to his email. I know he going to want some smoke. You know what I'm saying? I know he going to want some smoke. We send it again. I know he going to want some of this smoke. Now, Been hearing a lot of shit going around, right? Been hearing a lot of things going around involving Gervonta Davis, involving Devin Haney too, because now when you talk Tank, you got to talk Devin Haney because, you know, them two names have been linked to each other for a long time. And we know, I heard what Bill said that, you know, about Bill is still running around here capping like Devin is willing to go back down to 135. And Bill and Devin are saying two different things, right? And so I'm talking about Devin because it pertains to the Gervonta Davis situation. And then I'm going to talk about what Tank said and then what Calvin Ford said. Because it looked like that these fighters and they trainers, they're on two different pages, all of them. Now, when it comes to Bill and Devin, Bill did an interview. We all heard it. And I mean, not Bill. Devin did an interview first, and we all heard it. And Devin said he ain't fighting Tank at no 135. He fighting Tank. Tank got to fight him at 140. He says, well, because Tank is fought at 140 already, he got to fight me at 140. Now, we all know that Devin ain't the one to be, you know, telling nobody what they got to do. But if that's how he feel, I don't have no problem with it. But just come out and tell the truth and let everybody know I'm saying this because I can't make the weight at 135. But see, if he said that, then it'll contradict all the other lies that he's been telling. So I understand. I understand the game. But he says Tank got to fight him at 140. Okay, bet. But then Bill, he come, and I forgot whose show he was on. You know what I'm saying? I seen him pop on camera, and he said the exact opposite of what Devin Haney is saying. He said, oh, yeah, we willing to fight wherever Gervonta Davis is comfortable. If it's 135, if it's 140, you know, we willing to go wherever he's comfortable. Now, everybody know that's a goddamn lie. I don't give a damn how much you love Bill Haney and Devin Haney. If you can't admit that's a lie, something wrong with y'all. You know why it's a lie? Because Devin already said the opposite. We gonna fight. So now y'all love Gervonta Davis so much, you willing to fight him wherever he comfortable at. Even if you can't make it, even though you gonna die, you want to do this for him and make sure that he's comfortable. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna believe that. Okay, Bill. You know, now that's what people talking about when he get to capping and shit. Because when you tell lies like that, now those are unnecessary lies to tell. Like a lot of the lies that he tell, we know it's a lie, but it's a method to the madness. It's a reason behind it, and it makes sense. It makes no sense for Bill to be saying that, well, we willing to, you know, fight Gervonta wherever he's comfortable at. No, you're not. You're lying. That's a bold-faced, big-nose-ass lie. Yeah, that's what it is. But, so, you know, yeah, so I'm just acknowledging that I've heard what Devin has said. I've heard what Bill has said. I've heard them both contradicting themselves, right? But Rick Tans, what's happening with it? And Rick, I didn't see the comment that you made the other day, right? But let me tell you something, man. Don't comment nothing negative about KQKC. I didn't see it, right? I guess they didn't put it through. I didn't see what you said about KQ. But you know, I was told that you said some negative shit about him. Don't comment in my chat negative about KQ. I rock with KQ. That's my dude. So you know, don't do that. You know, just whatever. I don't even know what y'all got going on. Like I said, I don't know what y'all got going on, but whatever that is, you know, leave that shit alone over here. So, you know, but other than that, salute. So back to what I was saying, right? I'm just acknowledging that I see the contradictions that were made between Devin Haney and Bill Haney, and how Bill Haney was telling the bold-faced motherfucking lie. You feel me? So I'm just letting y'all know now. And what's happening with it, Money?
What's going on, bro? Can you hear me?
What it do? What y'all can hear you good?
You had to get my Wi-Fi shit together. It was tripping.
Okay. You kind of sound a little muffled, but I can hear you.
Just let me know if it gets tripping.
Okay. So now I want to get to what Gervonta Davis has said, right? Because first, let me say this first, right? First, to all the Devin Haney fanatics, I was just hating on Devin and Bill right now. So let's get that out the way. I was just hating on Devin and Bill. Now I'm finna come and I'm finna hate on Gervonta Davis because that's what I am. I'm a hater of everybody. You know what I'm saying? But now I see Gervonta Davis, right? I see him get online and he says that he coming for all them niggas. You know what I'm saying? He putting them all on notice. He coming for all them little niggas. And I'm like, okay, I like when I heard that. Like that shit, I like that. Okay, now you ready to step. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time coming. And that blueprint was real long. You know, they damn near had a 10-year blueprint written out for you. But now you ready to step. And I was feeling that. You know, I'm coming for all them niggas. Gorilla emojis and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? He hawked up on Twitter. So I like that. But then I go listen to an interview. And man, what's my man's name? Man, I don't want to not say the name of my man channel that did the interview. It's damn. I can't think of his name, but if somebody got the channel, just type it in the chat. I can't think of his name right now, but type it in the chat, right? So he do an interview, and I'm listening. No, not Will Ellaby let. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. So he do an interview, right? And I'm listening. I want to hear what Calvin Ford, his father figure, and his trainer, his coach, got to say. And Calvin Ford, he tried to slide in the Tank next fight is probably gonna be a tune-up. Tune-up Tank. Tune-up Tank, huh? Your next fight, no. And automatically, I'm like, nah. And I already knew the excuses people was going to come with, right? He was in jail. What you expect? You know what I'm saying? He deserves to tune up it. And so we're going to get all that shit out the way. I don't want to hear he was in jail and y'all acting like that man was motherfucking in Pelican Bay for 3 years and he just got out. You know what I'm saying? Like the man did 60 days in jail. He came out. You can still, it ain't nothing different that he was doing in jail that he wouldn't have been doing out. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody saying that he finna fight next month. He didn't have plenty of time to train. And obviously, he went to jail right after his fight. So he wasn't pretty much he wasn't gonna be training like that anyway. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't going to be training like that anyway, so let's just keep it a buck. That man wasn't finna leave the Ryan Garcia fight and hop right in the gym. I mean, he could have, but usually Gervonta Davis, you know, he really don't get down like that. You know, he going to have his fun and then he going to get back to the business, right? But he stay in shape and he's still, like, he's not big now. You know what I'm saying? We've seen him. He ain't blown up in weight. So the tune-up shit, I wasn't feeling that. We don't need you. This is why I'm not feeling the tune-up shit with Gervonta Davis. It's because Tank been a champion since 2017. That's when he won his first championship title, 2017, right? And you got fighters like Shakur Stevenson that wasn't even professional yet when Gervonta Davis won his first title. You got Teofimo Lopez that just had turned professional. You got Devin Haney that was still motherfucking beating up bums and cab drivers until one. So you got these other fighters that he didn't have a huge head start on. So now is the time, past due time, to have one of these big name fighters on your resume next. Like, you know what I'm saying? All respect to Ryan Garcia, and I thought Ryan Garcia was I thought Ryan Garcia was a good opponent. You know, all respect to Ryan Garcia, but you didn't take no punishment in that fight. A lot of people looked at that fight as just a big money fight, and they looked at that fight as a tune-up. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what I'm trying to say is that Tank's next fight don't need to be a tune-up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they mean by tune-up, but it don't need to be no tune-up type of opponent. Isaac Cruz is a tune-up, if that's who you're talking about. You know, it needs to be like Teofimo, right? Teo was talking real bad about Tank. Like, oh, they're gonna protect Tank. They're not gonna let Tank come nowhere near fighters like me and Shakur and Devin and all of that. So now it's time for Tank to step on the gas. Now we know that Shakur, he got a fight coming up. We don't know when Tank is gonna fight. That's another thing. We don't know if he's gonna fight in January, February, March, or April, right? But for right now, we know that Shakur got a fight coming up, so that's not really possible right now. We know that Devin is not possible right now. Well, from what I'm hearing is that they could have went and hollered and tried to make a Lomachenko fight. I don't know. That's top ranked business. So I'm not saying, I don't know. But Teo, he said one of the main demands, right, that he went to ESPN and Top Rank and said he told them to give me the Gervonta Davis fight. That's one of the main people I want. Give me a Tank fight. Then he said that Tank them didn't want to fight. I don't know about all of that, right? Whether it's true or not. But what I do know is Teofimo Lopez is free. Gervonta Davis is free. And that's the fight that they should have been trying to make. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the fights that they should have been trying to make, doing, you know what I'm saying, putting every foot forward to try to make that fight happen. All the effort in the world, because at this point, like I said, man, Tank been a champion since 2017. Been a pro since 2013. And I think all of the real boxing fans, that's not just Gervonta Davis diehard fanatics and they don't give a fuck who he fight, can agree that it's time. It's time to get one of these real solid A-level names on your resume. And what I mean by that is where you got a large amount of people thinking this fighter can beat Tank, and then you got the other large amount of fans that think Tank is 50-50 type fights, closer to 50-50 type fights. Those type of opponents, and I'm just, you know what I'm saying, making it clear because a lot of people like to act ignorant and try to flip your words and twist your words when it's their favorite fighter. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's time. And I just wasn't hearing that. Now, Tank is saying one thing, and Calvin saying another. So my question is, if it's Tank is saying, all you niggas is going to get it, I'm coming, when are you coming? You know what I'm saying? When is you coming? You let the generation of the Lomachenko, because you was running right alongside Lomachenko and them. You was champion with the same time Lomachenkos and Miguel Burchell's and all them was, and you never fought none of them. So now it's a young crop that then came in, and we got to get to smoke. We know that Devin and Teofimo Lopez at 140, but at this point, it's time to, you know what I'm saying, make some concessions to make the biggest fights. Make the biggest fights that are not just lopsided fights happen. That's how I feel about the situation. I wasn't feeling what Calvin had to say. And Calvin is always talking about some tune-ups and blueprint and the money ain't right, that these other fights ain't ready yet. And we know the whole spiel by now. But when is the time? When is it gonna happen? Money, go ahead, man. Money, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can y'all hear Money good? Let me read this super chat real quick before you get to cooking. Everyone says, man, F the Bulls. All these motherfuckers need to get in the ring and excuse me, and only the strong survive. Get us the fans, the MF fights. Excuse me, I keep on burping. He says, give us the fans the MF fights we don't want to see in my Samuel L. Jackson voice. We give us the fights we want to see. Yeah, real talk. Give us the fights we want to see. And it's I think Tank has made a shit ton of money. You know what I'm saying? He done robbed the bank a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Tank did his Floyd Mayweather and robbed the motherfucking bank a whole lot. Now it's time to show. It's time to show that if you saying the best, if everybody around you saying the best, now it's time to show that I'm the best by fighting these guys. And Tio should have been the first one up, because or at least try to make the fight, right? At least try to make the fight. Devin Bell says, "What's good, ETB Money?" And the chat coming through, showing some love, man. I appreciate you showing some love, and I appreciate my brother A1 also, man. Appreciate both of y'all.
Did that say you can hear me, Keith?
Huh?
Did that say you can hear me well? Or am I muffled?
You muffled, man. I can't hear you that good. I don't. Can y'all hear Money good? Can y'all hear him good? They said they can't hear your mic. Yeah, they can't hear you good.
Okay.
So if you come in here for some smoke, you definitely gonna lose today.
What about now? Y'all can y'all hear me perfect?
You sound like you underwater.
Yeah,
You sound like you underwater, dog.
All right, let me switch, Keith. Let me switch. I'll be right
Okay.
back.
All right. Get money on that motherfucking Nokia flip phone. Hey, but it's time, man. KQ said, not. Let me see. Yeah. Everybody was saying they couldn't hear Money, but yeah, man, it's time, and it's like I talk about the situation, right? I talk about the situation because it's a big topic in boxing that needs to be talked about. But it's kind of like, man, at this point in time with Gervonta Davis, man, it's like I used to get so aggravated. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to get so aggravated because if people calling you the best, I want to see you prove that you're the best. And with Gervonta Davis, he's been able to get that crown, right? And people crown him and put that throne on him and say, well, he's the best. He knocked out every fucking body. I have people in my chat and under my video when I talked about this situation told me that Tank don't even gotta fight none of these dudes because they're all tune-ups anyway. Devin Haney is a tune-up. Shakur is a tune-up. Tio is a fucking tune-up. I did actually have people telling me that it doesn't matter what Tank does because all these names that I'm naming are tune-ups to Tank. I said, well, fuck. Tank got to be the greatest motherfucking combat sports motherfucking superhero that I've ever seen come in any sport, in any type of combat. If that's the case, you ain't got to fight nobody because everybody in the sport is a tune-up to you. Like that shit crazy, man. No, you have to prove, you got to prove that you're better than everybody else. Yes, you prove that you are a bigger draw than all of these other fighters. You prove that you got more money than all these other fighters. That's cool. That's cool for you. That's cool for your for your kids. That's cool for the life that you live. But as a fan, I don't give a damn about none of that shit at the end of the day. Because that shit don't fucking put no food on my table at all. I don't care about none of that shit. Me talking about how much money that Tank got and how many motherfucking asses he put in the sink in the arenas, that's all good, right? We know that you are one of the biggest names in the sport of boxing. Now, what I want to know, can you beat Shakur Stevenson? Can you beat Devin Haney? Can you beat Teofimo Lopez and whoever else? I want to know, can you beat these other A-level fighters? Now, I might have my opinion on how I feel. Everybody else might have their opinion, but an opinion is just an opinion until you prove it to be a fact. You can't keep telling me that you finna come and you coming and then your coach is saying a totally different thing, because what I see Devin Haney fighting Regis Prograis, who is a hell of a fighter. I remember at one point when Regis was younger, Regis was calling out Gervonta Davis. Devin Haney is fighting Regis. I've seen Edwin De Los Santos call for fights like Tank Davis before. Of course, we know that Regis wouldn't get in the Tank Davis fight. Mario Barrios got it, but we knew that Regis wasn't getting it. That's the different story. But we know that somebody like Edwin De Los Santos ain't getting it. You know what I'm saying? Hector Garcia got it, but yeah, that's a whole different story, right? But we see Shakur fighting him. Whether they big names or not, I'm talking about the competition. So it's time for you, right? Because they're a lot younger than all these fighters. They've been in the sport a lot less longer than Tank has. Tank has had a head start on all these other names, but y'all require more from these other names that I'm naming than y'all do from Tank. And he the oldest. He should be out there leading the pack. He should have been the first one with one of these names under his belt. But we requiring guys like Teofimo Lopez and Shakur and Devin Haney to all fight each other. But a lot of people don't require Gervonta Davis should already been and fought one of them names, or at least try to fight one of those names, because like it brings me back to tune up, bro. What are we tuning up? What are we taking the tune up for? Now, is Frank Martin gonna be the tune up? Who is the tune up? I didn't like that. I'm just keeping 100. Like I said, some people don't care. They just want to see Tank Davis get in the ring and fight anybody, but I wasn't feeling that. And so I mean, yeah, I'm in here hating on Tank. But what about Shakur? He ain't. And what about Devin? He ain't. And if people don't talk like this about Tio and he ain't, I'm hating on Tank. Because I said that Tank, let me know where I told a lie yet, though. Because I already know people but y'all scared to type it, but y'all want to come in here crying, writing paragraphs, talking about what somebody else ain't. And Tank, like I said, Tank been a motherfucking professional since 2013. Tank has yet to be in the fight where people were like, okay, yeah, this could be the one right here. This is going to be a 50-50 type fight. Now, the Mario Barrios fight, that aged well. Because I know that's what's coming in. Well, Tank fought Barrios and this is finna be 2024. Tank fought Barrios and that was a tough fight. It was some things that Barrios shouldn't have been at the weight class no more, but we're gonna get it to him. But we're talking about right now. Right now. You good?
Can you hear me better, Key?
Yeah, we can hear you good. What you on now?
Huh?
What you got on the computer?
Well, now I had switched to the other phone.
You had that Nokia flip phone trying to make that shit work. So
Nah, we don't got no kids over this way, man.
Hey, but man, so I didn't cook, man. I just wasn't feeling it, but I'm not tripping. Hold on, I'm gonna let you cook right now, but you got a lot of feedback.
God damn.
No, you good, but I'm just saying, you good. But what I'm saying is that I understand, right? I understand the way that they're carrying Gervonta Davis's career. So when Calvin said what he said, it didn't surprise me. I don't see Gervonta fight none of these guys until at least 2025. And that's what I've been saying. That's my personal opinion. it's kind of like if we can continue to rob the bank and get an easy bag, that's what we're gonna continue to do. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about the situation. And until they come and fight one of these names or put forth a full press effort like they did with Ryan Garcia to make one of these names, get in the ring with them, or not even make. That's the wrong. I don't even want to try to make a fight with one of these other fighters. The blueprint is going to continue. You know what I'm saying? It's going to continue to roll and do what it's been doing. That's just how I feel about it. But, you know, so I wasn't really hot, you know, because I'm over being aggravated with that situation. But go ahead, Money.
Okay. Yeah. So the situation, right? Like I agree with a lot of everything you said. Yes, we want to see Tank in the ring with the best of the best. We want the TOs, the Devins, the Shakurs, right? The big names in there with Tank. But we know that Bob Earn came out of his own mouth and said, "Don't talk to him about Gervonta Tank Davis," right? So if he the promoter and he's saying don't talk to him about Tank, he don't give a fuck about what Tank doing and things of that nature. It's gonna be up to the fighters, like Ryan did. Ryan forced Golden Boy to make that fight happen. Golden Boy didn't want to make Ryan versus Tank. They want to continue to put Ryan in there with certain fighters that they had planned for him and try to milk him the best that they could. But Ryan told them, hell no, I ain't doing no tune-ups, I ain't doing none of that shit. I want Gervonta Tank Davis. So these fighters got to step up to the plate and own it like they really wanted as well, because a lot of their ass be capping as well when it comes to Gervonta Tank Davis. Now when we look at Tank, his situation, by I ain't gonna even say waiting, by him doing what he doing to make his name, one arguably the biggest name in sports or arguably the face of boxing, it still gave them dudes time to grow to build their name up as well. Now, of course, us as boxing fans don't mind getting the fights when we get the fights, right? If we'd have got Shakur, Tank, Haney back then, damn right, I would have loved it as well. But they still got to build their name and their brand a little bit more to make the fight even a little more bigger in the future. But them top ranked dudes are going to have to get away from Bob Earn to make that Tank fight happen, bro. Even Shakur and T.O. They're going to have to find a way to get away from Bob Earn to make the Gervonta Tank Davis fight happen. And it'll be better for their pockets as well, because Bob looking at shit as in-houses, right? He want to keep everything in-houses unless it's going to benefit him to the max. If he feel like he in a position to where his fighter can lose and the Thunder can go the other way, he's not really looking at those fights himself, bro. But when it comes to Calvin Ford saying a tune-up for Tank, Tank saying another thing, we just got to wait. Know what I mean? Because like I said, Tank calling shots now. Tank tell you who he want to fight. And, you know, we just got to see who Tank want to put, you know, on the contract next. But like you pointed out, the big names are locked up. You know what I mean? T.O. talking about he retired. You understand? He talking about he wants Gervonta Tank Davis, but at the same sense, talking about he retired, he want X, Y, and Z, right? And he ain't gonna do X, Y, and Z when it comes to Tank and making the fight happen. We still know he had 140 pounds. We know Tank at 135. We don't even know if Tank going to 140, which I want him to go to 140, right? I want him to go up there and whip their ass at 140. But in all reality, with Tank, he might have to do a catch weight with their ass. And T.O. said he ain't doing no catch weights. He ain't doing no type of catch weights with Gervonta Tank Davis, none whatsoever, right? And he said don't come to him with no rehydration clause or none of that shit, which I don't have a problem with, because whatever you agree to in the contract is what you agree to. What you don't agree to, I have no problem with. You know what I mean? But if you agree to it, then you try to go back on and make excuses, then I come out and say some shit. So I have no problem with T.O. saying, listen, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want this. We can do it here, right? But in the same sense, when you're looking at Tank, and I think the last time he was in the ring was in April of last year. I mean, sorry, of this year. You know what I mean? So looked like he'd be back in the ring in April. So that means he'd been out the ring for a year, right? And ring rust is real, right? You admitted that, Key, with EJ and things of that nature, that the ring rust is real. Now, people keep saying Pitbull Cruz is a tune-up. He's a tune-up. He's a tune-up. Pitbull Cruz got a name. Right, he got a name. So if he's the next fight for Gervonta Tank Davis, and we're looking at everybody else that's already locked up, we're looking at Bob Earn saying don't say shit to him about Gervonta Tank Davis, right? Because he got plans for his fighters with the in-house fights that he got going on. You understand? Then you have to take what make dollar sense at the same time and make common sense at the same time. And right now we're really looking at the landscape, right? You go say Frank Mort. You got to look at the PBC fighters in Frank Mort, Pitbull Cruz, right? And whom else other than Frank Martin, Pitbull Cruz that you say, oh well, I want to see them in the ring with Tank right now on the PBC side, because everybody else over there that we talking about at 35 or even at 30, right? Tank go demolish their ass. Even though I got him demolishing Pitbull Cruz and Frank Martin, I got him beat Frank. Frank might give him a little run, but it's like who else on the PBC side that you could say you want to see him in the ring with right now that's going to satisfy people? It ain't too many fighters out there that's going to satisfy people with Gervonta Tank Davis, because they ain't the three names of um, Devin, and Shakur, and we can put Loma in there as well. But you know what I mean? It ain't those names. So when we're looking at the situation, we still got to wait to see what Tank go do, and see how he go play his cards. Because right now, everybody in line to get a Gervonta Tank Davis fight. You got motherfuckers at 160 saying they come down for Tank. You got motherfuckers at 110 talking about they come up for Tank. So it's always gonna be that or Tank, it's time for you to do X, Y, and Z, and this, that, and the third, especially with him coming out saying, I'm ready to whoop all these little niggas' ass. He got to take them all out, and he got to whoop a couple more niggas' ass to be the face of boxing. Like, these dudes ain't getting older, but they ain't that young neither, right? Like 25, 26, 27, 28, 24. They all in the same little range to where even if, like, because I got Tank fight one of them dudes in 24. I know Keith said 25, right? The Shakur fight I don't see probably till 25. But, T.O. Devin can happen in 24. T.O. or Devin can happen in 24. Let Tank come back. Let's see who he fight, right? Like, in all reality, it looked like Pitbull Cruz might be the opponent. That's in all reality what I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? After that, the table is open, right? Them dudes get their fight out the way. Tank get his fight out the way. Now we really talking in reality of people are free, right, with nothing to do, while Gervonta Tank Davis is free, where you can look at some shit and make the big fight happen. So we just gotta wait and see what Tank do. This fight coming back, and then when these dudes, right, hopefully Devin is victorious. We'll see what T.O. come back. He say talking about he 1 minute he retired and he just a kid at heart, and he tired of going through this and tired of going through that, right? His fucked up mental ass. We don't know where he be at sometime. So let's just see where these dudes at after they get their big fights in or they next fights in, and when they all free, then let's see if they ass be singing the same tune that they want to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? When he ready to get their ass an opportunity.
Okay, yeah. I hear what you're saying. I hear a lot of what you said made sense. Let me address this comment real quick, right? Let me put you on mute because you got
All right,
a
go
lot
ahead.
of feedback. Let me address this comment right here. See, this the type of weird shit I be talking about, right? We in here and we talking about, we want to see Tank fight the best. Your response and your comment is Tank shouldn't be worried about what haters want to see anyway. Type of shit is that? That's why I said these are the type of fans that I'm talking about. The fans that don't care who he fight. They just love him so much they don't give a fuck who he fight. He could fight anybody. This man talking about Tank shouldn't be worried about what haters want to see. So because you want to see 50-50 fights or you want to see a fighter fight the best, they're a hater. That's hating to y'all. That's what I'm saying. Some of y'all weird, man. Real talk. But anyway, moving along. So let me address some of what Money had to say, right? Now, I did hear when Bob Arum was like, basically, I ain't like, who gives a fuck about, or something like when he said what he said about Gervonta Davis. Now, I didn't take it as, oh, I don't want none of my fighters to fight Tank. I took it as I'm doing an interview about another big mega fight that I got coming up. And I believe it was with Devin Haney and Lomachenko at the time, right? We trying to promote Devin Haney and Lomachenko, and you asking me about a Gervonta Davis. So you know how Bob is. I don't give a shit about Tank Davis, right? That's what that was. But also, Bob had said in that same interview and on plenty of occasions, you got to ask them. Tank don't want to fight us. You got to ask Gervonta Davis's people about the fight. You know what I'm saying? You got to ask Gervonta Davis people about the fight. So, and he's always said, like, when he's asked, like, well, is it a problem because it's different promotional companies? You know, T.O. and Shakur or whoever else is top ranked, and Gervonta Davis is with, you know, over there with Showtime. He said, nah. He said, me and Al have a real good business working relationship now. That's not a problem at all. His people don't want to make the fight. So that's what he's saying. So I'm not going to go back and forth and say, okay, whose fault it is and none of that. You know what I'm saying? But all I can go off of what I know. We know up until this point, Tank and his team have not tried to put an effort towards making those fights happen. Now, I did hear them say something about, you know, they reached out to see what was going on with Haney, and Haney told them that, you know, that they was going to go a different direction. I don't know what that was about. You know what I'm saying? I really can't cook on the situation too much because it was kind of like they didn't really say too much information about it. It was kind of like, yeah, and then, you know, we left it alone. And so I don't know. I feel that maybe, you know, well, I mean, and then we know that Tank is not even fighting this year. So, you know, maybe that was the situation. I don't know. But if you the A side, it's up to you and your team to probably try to make the effort to go to these other promotional companies and see, okay, let's talk business. We know that we're the A side, but this is what we're going to present to y'all. So if you want to do business, we can do business. If not. But you got to make that effort. And what Bob was saying is they don't want to fight. They don't want to make the effort. So, man, it all just comes down to that. The obvious, man. He's been a professional longer than all of these fighters. He got to step up to the plate. He got to step, you know. And to me, Isaac Cruz don't really have a name like that. I know Money said, well, Isaac Cruz got a name. Not really. I don't remember. I know that if Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fought, and Shakur Stevenson was on the undercard, or Devin Haney was on the undercard, or Teofimo Lopez was on the undercard, I know motherfucking that the arena wouldn't be goddamn empty. I know that. Let me say that for y'all again. I know if Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford is fighting, and Shakur Stevenson is the motherfucking co-main event, or you got Teofimo Lopez as the co-main event fighter, or you got Devin Haney as the co-main event fighter, I know that the fucking arena is going to be packed out. It ain't going to be empty. So what I'm saying is that Pitbull Cruz don't really got a name like that because he was the co-main event to Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, and the motherfucking arena was empty. They waited to the main event to show up. So can't nobody say I'm lying because I'm pretty sure everybody was watching it. And that shit was empty. So Pitbull Cruz, once again, he ain't really got no name like that. You feel me? He don't move the needle. Now Tank is gonna do well with whoever he fight. And that's a problem because Leonard Ellaby knows that. Mayweather know that. Everybody around him know he gonna do well with whoever he fights. So we're gonna take advantage of this shit in the longest, you know what I'm saying, we can. Now, as far as other opponents, Money did have a real good argument point, right? He's saying, well, if you look at the landscape, it ain't really, you know, too many people on the PBC side for him to fight, right? Ain't really too many people on the PBC side for him to fight. You at 135, you ain't really got the names like that, right? And he right. Besides Frank Martin. Now, do I think that Frank Martin deserved a Gervonta Davis fight? Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? You duck Shakur Stevenson, you damn sure don't deserve no Tank Davis fight, right? You damn sure don't deserve no Tank because you ducked motherfucking Shakur. But is that a fight that I would like to see more than the Pitbull Cruise? Fuck yeah. Make that fight happen then. You know what I'm saying? Make that fight happen. That's a solid fight. A young fighter that can box, that got, that's different from the rest of the fighters that we've been seeing you in the ring with. You feel me? IQ Branch, block him. Get him up out of here. Money, block him. I don't got time for no bullshit in my chat. Talking about, Shakur ducked Frank Martin, brother. Well, yeah, block him. Block his ass. For real. We ain't got time for that silly shit. Cause that's a fucking Bill Haney type lie. We're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not finna do that, bro. Or put him on timeout. You know what I'm saying? Don't block him. Just put him on timeout. Put him on timeout. That shit is just ignorant. But anyway, man. See, I keep having to put you on mute because you got like okay, yeah, he got a lot of noise in the back, right? But anyway, man. But so look, it ain't about hating. It ain't about, he don't like this fighter and he liked it. It's about, I want to see all of the best fight each other. That's it. That's what we should all want to see. If you call yourself a boxing fan, it shouldn't be like, oh no, Tank don't have to, man. All these guys are tuned up to Tank. That just showed me you don't know shit about boxing. You know what I'm saying? That shows me you don't know shit about boxing, and you've been in a motherfucking cave somewhere and ain't been watching Gervonta Davis fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's crazy, man. It's crazy that things like this we still got to talk about. Like, y'all don't understand. Me and Money, we used to have knockout, full-blown fucking debates ever since fucking 2020, 2019 about Gervonta Davis needing to fight the top competition. Dead ass. And we going into 2024 and we still having this same conversation. We shouldn't be having this conversation no more. We really shouldn't. At some point, it's like, like I said, I mean, Devin Haney is fighting Regis Prograis. And do I think that Tank Davis beats Devin? Yeah. But I still want to see the fight. I think that Shakur beats Gervonta Davis. I don't think, can't nobody make me see Tank beating Shakur Stevenson. But at the end of the day, does that mean that Shakur don't need to fight him? Does that mean I don't want to see the fight? Fuck no. I want to see the fight more. So I can prove me right or wrong. I'm either going to be proven right or wrong. But it's time, man. Gervonta Davis will be 30 years old soon. He'll be 30 next time. If we hear talking, he'll be 30 years old. Next year, he'll be 30. 2013 is when he turned pro. 10 years. Now, D. Hamilton says Tank is going to hurt Shakur bad. Okay, well, prove it. Prove it. It sounds good talking, but can you prove that? Jose says Shakur will be lucky if he gets past Edwin. Okay, well, put some money on it and prove it. Show me that you're willing to put some money on Edwin beating Shakur, and then we could talk. Other than that, you just running your mouth. But like I said, I mean, most of these fighters, like I see Tank pretty much beating all of these fighters except for Shakur. You know what I'm saying? I see Tank pretty much beating all these fighters except for Shakur. But you know, I think Teo, if Teo come in with his head right and in great shape, I think Teofimo Lopez will give him a real tough fight. All of these fights are tough fights. Devin can get him a tough fight. All of these fights are tough fights. What are we talking about? Why are y'all just okay with crowning him and saying, well, he gonna do this and he gonna do that, but you ain't putting no pressure on him to prove it? You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't putting no pressure on him to prove shit. You want to see everybody else fight everybody else, but when it comes to your favorite fighter, y'all already gave him the crown. Like, this is the problem. Y'all are not boxing fans. Y'all are fans of the fighter that you like and love. That's it. Y'all are not real boxing fans. And the reason why you're not putting no pressure, because you know that it's a possibility if he go into that fight with either one of those people, it's a possibility to lose. It's a possibility that he's going to lose. Do y'all actually think that it's impossible for Tank to lose a fight? Y'all really think that it's impossible for anybody to beat Tank Davis? Y'all better step into reality. You know, y'all been seeing Tank fight B-level and C-level competition. Things change when you step up to fight A-level competition, and that's just not for Gervonta Davis. That's for any and everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's for any and everybody. Things change when you step up your level of competition. And that's why we need to see these fights so we don't have to argue back and forth. I want to be able to come on here and say, you know what? I told y'all. Or, you know what? I was wrong. Big Dog Willie says, you don't see Hagler say, I can beat Hearns, so I don't need to fight him. Or Ali say, I don't need to fight Joe Frazier because I'm a linear champ. Exactly. But Big Dog, he don't need to fight none of these guys because he clips them all. He gonna clip them all. He don't need to fight. He gonna clip them all. And really, you keep it a buck, ain't none of them fighters fought anybody that's on the level of Tank. And Tank has not fought no fighter that's on the level of those fighters that I'm naming. Jermaine Wood don't want to see the fight. You are a casual Gervonta Davis fan. He says, think about it. Tank not aging them out because he's older. So why is everyone crying about those fights? Right there. He don't want to see the fight. He says, we're crying about the fights because we want to see the fights. You just let us know the type of fan, you're the type of fan that I've been talking about, bro. So now we talking about that we want to see Tank fight these fighters. Now we crying about the fights. Big Dog says Tank should go after Loma ASAP. That should have been happened. But people want to pretend like that's not a fight that should have happened years ago and Loma wasn't on his helmet. People want to pretend like that never happened. Rozdilla says none of them boys taking tune-ups. Why should Tank get one? Yeah, ain't none of them taking tune-ups. It's not tune-up time, it's time. Like when people supposedly thought that he wasn't going to be with Floyd Mayweather Promotions no more. Remember, that was what, 2000 and what was that? 2021? Was that 2021, 2 years ago? And everybody was like, man, he coming for everybody. We still waiting. And like I said, I don't like to overlook Ryan Garcia because Ryan Garcia was dangerous, but you can't overlook the rehydration clause neither. That's what makes it fucked up. That's what makes it fucked up, because if he had never put that rehydration clause on Ryan Garcia, I think I would be very comfortable with talking about that fight and saying, you know what? Well, he fought Ryan. You know what I'm saying? He fought Ryan at 100%, and he knocked his ass out because I know that he a better fighter than Ryan, right? It was the skill set that won the fight, but it's still, you can't overlook the rehydration clause. Like, why are you doing shit like that? You know, you can't overlook shit like that. Y'all give me one quick second. Y'all make sure that y'all smash the like button. Smash the like button. Let me see what y'all talking about in the comments, man. Let me read some of these comments, and y'all make sure that y'all smash the like button. Trash Talking Game 15 says the rehydration clause was on Tank too. Bro, I mean, common sense, you're not going to put a clause on yourself that's going to put you at a disadvantage. So obviously, when they put the rehydration clause on, they knew that that wasn't going to affect Gervonta Davis. He's a much smaller fighter. We're talking about somebody that's 5'11", dog. Like, stop acting like y'all fucking ignorant, man. Stop saying dumbass shit. Like, I'm going to put a clause on myself that I know is going to affect me in the ring. Yes, the rehydration clause was for both fighters, but the advantage was Tank's advantage because he's a much smaller fighter. That's fucking common sense. You're talking about somebody that's 5'4" to somebody that's, what, 5'11". It's a huge difference. Come on, y'all. Ariana, salute, queen. Man, let's just stop making excuses and stuff and just keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it a buck. We know what it is. Like I said, Tank is the better fighter. You don't need to do things like that. But like I said, he's the A side, so he's obviously doing these things to give himself every single advantage, right? And I understand, but I'm pissed off with that situation, right? That situation bothers me because I have to say that. That's a big part of the fight, even though he is the better fighter. You still got to acknowledge it and acknowledge that it happened. It not only happened in the fight with Ryan Garcia, it also happened in the fight with Mario Barrios. You know what I'm saying? He moved up to 140 and he put a rehydration clause on Mario Barrios. So we got to see you beat these top fighters with none of that bullshit involved. No rehydration clauses, everything on the line. Lay it all on the line. You know what I'm saying? Lay it all on the line. That's it. That's all. And then we can say, okay, he is the best, with no doubt. If he beats him, like I said, man, he's better than Ryan Garcia. We know that. You feel me? I mean, anybody that knew boxing knew that. Was Ryan Garcia a dangerous fighter? Yeah. But do you take some of that away from him, making him dehydrated? Yeah. So, I mean, you know, I don't want to make that excuse because, like I said, he's the better fighter anyway. But it's just things like that, man. We want to see him fight the best at their best. And if you sitting up here making comments like old boy made, saying that shit like, oh, y'all crying to see these fights. Why are y'all crying? Like, come on, bro. Is you a boxing fan or not? You a boxing fan or not? You know? Ryan Garcia, bro, cannot fight at 135. You know what I'm saying? That's why he moved up and he was fighting at 138 and 140 in the first place. He's too fucking big. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like Devin Haney is too big. Matter of fact, I think Ryan is bigger than Devin. Like, you grow out of weight class. Y'all, some of y'all act like that y'all just don't have common sense. First of all, we're talking about these fighters, right? They were fighting in that weight class at 19 and 20 and 21 and things, and their bodies start to grow. You know what I'm saying? Their bodies start to grow. They couldn't stay at the fucking weight division forever. That's why it was a big thing, you know what I'm saying, with him wanting to fight at 140, and Tank was like, nah, they gave him a pound. A pound ain't shit. But, hey, he shouldn't have took the fight. I've always said that he shouldn't have taken the fight. So it is what it is. You took the fight. You was dehydrated. You got your ass knocked out. You know, could you have been put on a better performance if you were, you know, hydrated? Probably. But I don't know what the outcome had eventually been the same. Maybe, I don't know. But it's things that we got to talk about. And, you know, moving forward, people still want to see him fight A-level fighters, these top A-level fighters with no clauses and nothing behind it. And a lot of people saying, okay, well, Tank, ain't nobody around for him to fight, right? Well, Tank is at that level to where he is the big money man. He is the biggest of them all when it comes to the small weight classes, right? And sometimes, man, you got to do certain things to put on these big fights. I mean, you know, maybe holler at Teo and say, okay, let's fight at a catch weight. You know, Canelo was doing it. Canelo, you know, moving up and down in weight. We've seen Tank fight at 140. Let's fight at a catch weight. Let's fight at 138. You know what I'm saying? Meet me halfway. Something like that to make the big fights happen. It's like, I don't know, man. It's always some type of excuse that we don't want to get these other fighters. It's always some type of excuse that we don't want to get these other fighters. If we are paying top dollar, $90 and shit to see these fucking fights, I'm hating because I want to see you fight other top level fighters. I'm hating because I don't want to go to the fucking the betting books and see that you a goddamn negative 800 favorite. Come on, man. It is what it is.
Everything cool, McKee? Y'all heard that in the background, right?
Like a fan blowing, but you good. You good. You sound you don't have all that extra noise like you did before. So True said Tank is a 135 pounder. He went up to 140 and came back down. Everybody knows Tank is small, but hits hard. Yeah, and I understand that, right? We definitely understand that he is a 135 pound fighter. He went up, he did it because obviously they seen that they could grab, you know, a title from Leo Santa Cruz. I mean, not Leo Santa, Mario Barrios, who was gonna move up to 147 anyway. So they seen the chance to take, they took the chance and they went and did that, right? But also fighters, right? What fighters do? Special fighters. If you are a special fighter and you're calling yourself a special fighter, everybody know he's a special fighter. Special fighters do certain things to make the biggest fights happen. You feel me? Special fighters do that. Like I said, we've seen it throughout the sport, man. We've seen it throughout the sport. And like I said, if you gotta do a catch weight fight against somebody to make it pop, to make one of these big fights pop, Maybe that's what you got to do if you are the money man. Once you heavy is the head that wears the crown. Once you get in that position, man, people are looking at your next move always, and you always trying to do something bigger than what you did your last fight. But you know, I understand what everybody is saying, right? But go ahead, money. Go ahead and cook.
Yeah, my thing with that is though, we seen them fight at 140, and the dudes that we want to see them fight at 140, it ain't like they was at 140 and now they moved. These dudes that moved up to 140 as well. So with that being said, I'm not gonna let that excuse ride, right? Yes, Tank is he come from what 130, 130, 135, and went up to 140. So he could survive at 140 fighting the likes of Devin Haney's and Teofimo's and things of that nature because it ain't like they blow up to motherfucking 170 or 180 or some shit like that. So I'm not gonna let that slide because I want to see them fights. And if they happen at 140, they gotta happen at 140. If T.O. say he can't if he can't do a catch weight, if Devin say he can't do a catch weight, they don't want to try to do catch weights to fight Tank, then Tank should make the fights happen at 140, but then put other stipulations in for himself to cover his own ass. But my thing is, man, listen, we have to wait and see how things transpire now. I'm okay with people wanting to see Tank fighting the best of the best because we all want it. I'm ready for it my goddamn self. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit up here and beat around the bush and say I don't want to see Tank versus Devin, Shakur, and T.O., especially the T.O. fight. I feel like that's at 140. I feel like that's the fight. I think that's the best fight, even better than him and Devin, right? I feel like because T.O. carried that pop, T.O. carried that speed, and T.O. just went up and beat the man. And to me, I still think Josh Taylor was the man at 40. And T.O. just went up there and took him out. So T.O. is the man to beat to me at 140. Even though Regis is right there, I respect Regis as well, right? If Devin was to beat Regis, I'm giving him all the credit in the world. But T.O. is the man to beat at 140. But, when we look at the situations, I like to see, like I say, who Tank picked to fight next because Calvin Ford, he got his own opinion, right? Just like Floyd got his opinion and things of that nature. But I'm solid and firm on Gervonta Tank Davis picking his own fights. Now, do they have influence on what Tank do next? Yes. I'm not gonna sit up here and make it like they don't. You know what I mean? So they go sit down at the table as a team, and they gonna come up with the next move. But when we're looking at the opponents that's out there that's free, none of them is really popping out like the three names that we throwing out there. You know what I'm saying? They all beat some okay dudes, right? They all look like they can get in there and hang and things of that nature. But I love to see it. Just like Frank Morton, that's my dog. I fuck with him, right? But if you put Frank Morton and Pitbull against each other, you're a favor Frank Morton. But do you think Pitbull can win that fight? He'll have a shot. I won't just say Frank Morton to beat Pitbull Cruz. You know what I'm saying? Even though I pick him to beat him. So when I'm looking at, like, and I only bring up them two names because those are just being realistic. You know what I'm saying? Just being realistic. Those are two names that you can say that's free and open, even though Frank look like he probably fit to have something on the table soon, and it ain't gonna be Tank, right? But it just come down to what Tank want to do next. And I think the way Tank talking, Key, the way he's speaking, I don't think he want to put the foot up his own ass, and I don't think he want to go back on his word. You know what I mean? He ready for these dudes. He ready to go out there and fight these boys. Like you said, it ain't about the money no more. I'm paid. And whomever I fight, I'm going to be paid. Right? I solidified that shit already. You know what I mean? So they go sell that motherfucker out. But now, if I get a bigger name in there, now the money going to be, you know what I'm saying, like the Ryan Garcia paydays. Yeah, I think you can get hooked on that type of shit as well. Like, okay, shit, I just made almost $40 million. So let me continue that route to where I can live this lifestyle that I'm living instead of going backwards and pulling in a motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, something less than that. So you can get hooked on that shit. That shit can become a drug. And maybe Tank is seeing that shit now, like, okay, I see now when I put these big names in there, the recognition go even bigger and the checks go even bigger. And he feel like he can beat all these dudes in his head. You know what I mean? So it just comes down to, like you say, I do agree with what you're saying with him being the A side. They have to make a bigger effort to say that this is the fight that we want, and we're willing to make some type of compromise. Because if you're not willing to make no compromise with the promoters that's been doing this shit for 70, 60 years, like Bob Arum, and you got, I ain't gonna say Eddie Hearn because he ain't got no fight over there, but whomever the fuck Devin Haney with, right? Because I don't know who the hell they rocking with right now. But with people like that who, we know ego go play a part. We know they're not gonna want to look like, oh, we getting little boy things of that nature. We know how Bill talk already. So he damn sure gonna have to be compensated to their liking, right? So you is gonna have to make some type of sacrifice to get another big name in the ring. But if you win, right, we know it's gonna put your ass on that plateau of where you're saying you really want to be the face of boxing. You know what I'm saying? You really want that Canelo paydays every time you step inside that ring? Well, do the Canelo type shit and go get these dudes and get their ass up out of there. And we don't even know, like, let's just say if you take an L to one of them, your fan base is still gonna be your fan base. I think some of these dudes be afraid to lose because they think they thunder gonna be gone. But like they don't know, like your fans will fuck with you even more. Like look at EJ Key. Motherfuckers dying to see him talk. Motherfuckers dying to see his next move. Right? He might make more money in his next fight than he did versus Terrence Crawford because everybody want to see
what they can see what he look like. Yeah.
They want to see what you look like. They'll see if you're still that same dude. So I just think they'd be caught up in that situation of, damn, if I lose, the social media world, how everything is now, you got the big clout. Oh man, he gonna take my thunder. You never know how shit gonna play out. You know what I mean? And we all know, us being real diehard boxing fans, it ain't that you lose, it's how you lose. Right? We're not worrying about all the trolls, and of course the casuals gonna say what they gonna say because they don't know shit. But it ain't that you lose, it's how you lose. But it is that time to where you're going to have to step up to the plate and start, getting the big names because the up and comers, right? They gonna start getting there, and we know out of sight, out of mind too. So shit, the fights that people want to see you fight, if you let that shit drag out too long, it's gonna be another big fight that's gonna come along and sweep that shit right up, and it's gonna knock your ass down, just like Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford got done by Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. So Tank ain't no exception to another superstar coming up because you do got Jerron Boots in his making his name, right? You still got Canelo right there. You still got Shakur that's making his name. He can come up and get a big fight, and you just never know how shit play out. Devin gonna be Regis, him and Tio. That's a hell of a fight at 140. That can overshadow some shit. You know what I'm saying? So you can sit around and play and think you won't get overshadowed because you're thinking your name this, that, and the third, but you'll find your ass on the outside looking in like Wilder and Fury did Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua was the biggest name. Once that big fight come and that shit get made, then you find yourself in a position saying, oh, well, let's make the big fight happen now. Shit might be too late. You know what I'm saying? So I feel you on everything you're saying, bro. So I just like to wait and see, like, let's see who he pick. Like I say, I don't think Calvin and Floyd speaking for Tank. Tank's speaking for himself now. What I sense, I feel he's speaking for himself. But I don't have no problem with you saying, look, man, Calvin Ford saying tune up. See, that's the word right there. When you say the word tune up, see, that get the fucking with people. Or tune up. Like, come on, bro. How many motherfuckers like just say, we're going to look at our next fight. We don't know who it's going to be. Don't use the word tune up, bro. Take the word tune up out the shit. And then let's just see it. Let it play out how it play out. You know what I'm saying? Because now, like you said, can you get it on Pitbull Cruz? You said the word tune up, Calvin. Now they looking at Pitbull like, oh man, Calvin said it's a tune up. This dude ain't shit. He ain't this, he ain't that. Now, what if Pitbull get in that bitch and his style, it's a style that really do get Tank ass problem. What if the hand want the problem?
Well, I'm gonna say that. Let me say this real quick about Pitbull since before we get off of him. Like, to me, right? Stylistically, Pitbull is a tune-up for anybody, but I ain't gonna say anybody, but for a fighter like Gervonta Davis that has skills. Now, if Tank was just, a fucking slugger that's just gonna get in there and just bang it out with Pitbull, then he'll be dangerous. But Pitbull has showed on multiple occasions that he's some trash against a fighter that has footwork and know how to box. And we know that Tank got the full package. He know how to box, and he's gonna hurt that boy. That's a tune-up for him, in my eyes.
Well, what I'm saying is, we seen what Pitbull did in the first fight to Tank. Now Tank, we say he got a hand. Yeah. We have to wait and see. Like, let's just see if, okay, Tank saying, okay, it was my hand, or is Pitbull got the style? Because it's styles out there and there's certain fighters out there that you get your ass up for certain fighters. Okay, sometimes you could fight down to certain competition and things of that nature. But when you're going on with Gervonta Tank Davis, it might light an extra fire up on your ass, and Pitbull might really just be the dude that give Tank ass his toughest problems. It always
not though, because he did the first fight.
Let me finish, bro. Let me finish. I'm just saying, we have to wait. The first fight, he gave Tank ass problems.
Nah,
Yeah,
I don't think he gave Tank problems just
In my
because Tank
opinion,
didn't get the knockout.
Well,
Yeah,
my-
everybody look at it like he gave Tank problems because Tank didn't get the knockout, but Tank beat
that's
him
not how I look at it.
like 9 rounds to 3 with one hand still. That,
That's
like,
not how I
I
look at
didn't see a problem.
That's not how I look at it. I thought Pitbull gave his ass all some problems in that fight. So what I'm saying is, when I'm looking at this second fight, I want to see. Okay, Tank, you said it was the hand. So let's see if it was the hand injury, right? So now, like you said, Key, a lot of people say because he didn't knock him out, this, that, and the third. That's the team. That's Calvin Ford and them saying, oh, we didn't knock him out because of the hand. Okay, well, now that the hand is healed, right? Now let's see if you can go in there and get his ass up out of there. Or was it just Pitbull being short like him, being in the inside like that, having tenacity that he got, bringing it to your ass, making you fight every second on the second, right? Let's see if Tank go in there and use that IQ, like you're saying, use the footwork and get his ass up out of there. But to me, Pitbull gave his ass all he can handle in the first fight. So when I'm seeing that fight, everybody gonna look at it different. Everybody, I'm not saying your opinion is wrong with things of that nature, but when I see him get in that ring, I want to see, okay, was it the hands or did Pitbull really give your ass a problem? So we have to see with that situation. But like I said, with him saying tune up, right? That's what have everybody saying, oh man, come on, bro. You can't be saying this, that, and the third because dude is arguably the face of boxing. He control this, he control that. And you know, people that discourage people. So let's just wait and see what next move Gervonta Tank Davis make, because he still ain't fighting until next year. We got a couple months to get to next year. And then after that, you know, let's see what happens when all these dudes they freed up and motherfuckers can't just be talking behind contracts and just saying motherfuckers' name because they know they locked into a fight. And then we'll see if they really want that smoke with Tank, and if Tank willing to compromise to make some shit happen at that catch weight, or even going up to 140 because the buzz is buzzing up at that motherfucker.
Yeah. I mean, with the Pitbull thing, the only thing that I see with the Pitbull fight is maybe Tank can't knock him out. That's it. Like that's like, to me, that's the only thing. Maybe he can't knock him out because he got a big ass fucking hard hit. Other than that, like, I don't see nothing else to that fight. You know what I'm saying? If he can't knock him out, he's gonna outbox him and just beat him every round. But I mean, I get what you're saying as a promoter, right? Like, what you're saying is basically how they're gonna sell the fight. You know what I'm saying? How they gonna sell the fight, and then they gonna get everybody hyped, saying, "Well, maybe it wasn't Tank's hand, and maybe," but we all know. You know what I'm saying? The real ones know. Like, to me, that wasn't a tough fight for Tank. You know, I seen him beat a man that was wild swinging, wild blows. I seen him beat him with one hand, 9 rounds to 3. Now so I'm like, well, if he can't knock him out, he gonna shut him out if he got 2 of his hands. But I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. I'm not interested in that at all. And then we gotta also keep it a buck. Like I said, you got people that's just die-hard Gervonta Davis fans that is gonna pay to see whoever he in the ring with, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a fan like me that is paying, I want to, if I'm paying $90, $94 or whatever it come out to be after taxes, right? I want to pay for quality. I don't want to continue to have to pay for some shit that, okay, I know he gonna go in there and he gonna beat this dude. Like, this motherfucker ain't got a chance. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that people continue to talk about, oh, it's hate, it's this and that. No, we paying to see these fights. We supporting these fighters by going to the events and all of that shit. You know? So, I mean, we have a right to say, okay, it's time to show if you are really the best. I remember, man, when you had Oscar De La Hoya, he fighting, you know, he was fighting the Trinidads and the Pernell Whitakers and the Chavez's and, you know, everybody, bro. They was all fighting each other. And we didn't have to sit around and wonder, because we got to say, okay, we know this fighter better than this fighter because they fought. We getting so far away from that era because, like you said, a lot of these fighters, man, they scared to put it on the line. It's not like that they're afraid to get in the ring with each other. A lot of these fighters, they afraid to put it on the line because now, if I don't have that O no more, if I don't have an O on my record, now I'm going to have to deal with the backlash of all the fans. I'm going to have to deal with, all type of bullshit that the fighters didn't have to deal with that back in the day. If you lost to one of the best fighters in the sport of boxing back in the day, the fans, you lost. You just lost. And then most of the time you saw them running back. You know what I'm saying? You saw a rematch. We don't even get that nowadays, hardly. Close fights and shit. Now we don't even be getting rematches with these big names. A lot of times. So, man, it's just different. And I think that boxing is kind of changing, man, when you show fighters that there is a blueprint, that you don't really have to fight the best to get to the bag. It wasn't like that before. Before, we know boxing is before growing up, you had to fight the best to get the best money. If you wasn't fighting other A-level top competition that everybody was calling for, you wasn't going to get that bag like that. And so if things are changing, I understand that. It's a new day and age, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. We know, like, that's why I tell people, bro, we all know we're not in that era no more. Like,
yeah.
When we being realistic, we know that's gone. Like, that's why I tell people, like, it's over. So I don't even talk about the 90s or the 80s, bro. Like, even the early 2000s. Like, we know, like being realistic. So when people bring up the Marvin Haglers and the Roberto Durans and the Sugar Ray Leonards and the Oscars and the Roys and that era where they was coming up, when we know boxing, it wasn't just a business then. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes, their pride was on the line. They was setting a blueprint. It was nuts and guts back then. Come on, bro. We've been watching this shit long enough to know that we've been separated from that. A lot of people like to blame Floyd Mayweather, which I'm not going to blame Floyd, because Floyd still fought the best of the best, and he still fought motherfuckers coming off their best wins and things of that nature. He fought up to different eras and shit like that. It's just that the time that we in now, I mean, look, we can look at all sports, football, basketball, right? We all can say it got watered down somewhat to meet the expectation of business, to pull in more money, right? To gravitate and make these athletes rich, but still make, money for the motherfuckers who pulling the strings as well. So we know we far removed from that. And I try to tell people that shit, right? Like, the hype is gone, right? And what we gonna do to get it back is gonna take a class of a whole generation that want to be like the next era. But when it's money on the line like this, and motherfuckers saying that you can make millions of dollars and you don't got to get your motherfucking head beat into a pump, or you don't have to do this. Not saying that, like, oh man, they right or this, that, and third. These dudes gonna do that, bro. That's what it's gonna be. So I've been out of that stage of looking at that shit and accepting it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? So when we say things like we pay, remember, you don't have to press the red button. And a lot of motherfuckers be acting like they pressing the red button and they really fire sticking shit, and they ain't paying for the shit no goddamn way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just reality. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to press the red button. You don't have to say, oh, well, this, and then when it's the fight that you feel like, look, man, I like this shit, I'm gonna go, you know what I'm saying, contribute to it because it's the fight I want to see, then I can respect that as well. So, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Like Funny Marco told Tank ass shit. How you feel about people still in the fight? You know what I'm saying? So if you don't give people certain fights that they want to see, then they not gonna pay. They're just
now you hit the nail on the head, right? And Leonard Ellaby knows that. This is a part of the blueprint. Leonard Ellaby knows that, right? And he know that Tank is at a certain level to where he have a certain fan base that'll pay him to see him fight you. Just as long as he on the pay-per-view, they're gonna pay to see it, and that's a problem. People are not gonna come together and not pay to see their favorite fighter once you got that type of love, because he got a certain type of love to where people gonna pay to see him fight whoever.
Facts.
And I think, like, it won't change until Tank Davis fight one of Pitbull Cruz or somebody like that, and then the numbers come, And you like, damn, didn't nobody pay to see this shit. And damn, the motherfucker, didn't nobody, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Half of the arena empty. Ain't nobody gonna make statements like that because it's casual fans are the ones that really be coming out their pocket. A lot of these diehard fans be doing what you say. They say they paying for it, but they, you know what I'm saying, fire sticking shit. And I mean, that's the truth. Because the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight, that shows you that. These motherfucking diehard fans ain't paying for these fights. Caleb Plant and David Benavidez fight, that shows you that. The diehard fans they say that they're paying for it, but they fire sticking it. Now the casual fans, they the ones that's actually paying for to see, you know, these big names, their favorite fighters. Tyson Fury and Ngannou. Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia, Jake Paul, and whoever he fight. So I mean, I think a lot of the problem is us as fans. You know, us as fans, we ain't coming out of our pocket to pay to see the fucking real hardcore, the best fights. You feel me?
Yep.
And I'm not singling nobody out because I don't know what y'all do in y'all homes. But numbers don't lie. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about diehard boxing fans as a whole. So yeah, man, it's like, you know, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I do exactly what Money was talking about. If you give me some bullshit, I'm not paying to see it. I paid to see Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia because I thought it was a solid fight. You know what I'm saying? I thought, you know, it was a fight that people had been talking about for a long time. I thought that Ryan Garcia was dangerous, but you know, when he got in the ring, I could clearly see that he was sucked up. But you know, that's a whole different story. But you know, and I paid to see Gervonta Davis versus Hector Garcia. I did pay to see that fight because I thought Hector Garcia was a solid fighter. He had proven that he was a solid fighter. Even though he was a fighter that moved up, he was still bigger than Tank. So I thought that was a solid fight, right? But that rest of that shit that Gervonta Davis did, I ain't paying to see none of that shit. And I'm just keeping it a buck. I pay him to see him fight no Rolly, no Gamboa, no whoever else, no Leo Santa Cruz, none of that shit I paid for. And if he come back and fight motherfucking Isaac Cruz or another Rudy Poop, I'm not paying for that shit. I will be paying to see Devin Haney and Regis Prograis fight, and people think and people say that I'm the biggest Devin Haney hater.
Right.
Now I'm a boxing fan. I'm gonna keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying?
I'm paying for Devin Regis as well.
Huh?
I said I'm paying for Devin and Regis as well. While motherfuckers want to hate on
Devin hater money,
and we giving up our hard-earned cash for Devin, but we hating on Devin.
You know, so yeah, we hating on Devin though. You know what I'm saying? We Devin Haney haters, but we paying to see him fight. And I paid to see him fight motherfucking Lomachenko, but I'm hating. But you know, so man, it's all about what you are giving the consumer. Like Errol Spence, man, he always give the consumer top level shit. Always. You know what I'm saying? He's always giving the consumer top level fights, no tune-ups. You got certain fighters that's always showing out and putting on. A very few though, very few. Devin is starting to show that he one of those fighters. No matter how you feel about him, he always fighting the top competition. So as long as he doing that, I'm supporting. KC say fire stick don't do nothing but buffering. Not everyone have a fire stick, right? But a lot of them have a fire stick. A lot of these motherfuckers have watched the fight with fuzzies going through the TV.
Exactly.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Shit.
Porn sites jumping up on their ass and everything else. They still
Right.
with that shit.
They don't give a damn. You know, but like I said, man, I think as diehard boxing fans, the only thing that's gonna change, we come together and do exactly what you said. They give us bullshit fights, even if it's our favorite fighter. Nope, we ain't paying for it. Then they'll start giving us the best fights. UFC didn't pass boxing and fucking left them because they always give you the best fights. Always give you the best, and they love their cards up. You feel me? But man, Money, man, let me get your last word so I can get up out of here, man, and let them know what you're gonna be having going on.
Man, appreciate you going on, man, and kicking the shits. We all know, we got it, going through some things and shit. But yeah, man, I'm gonna be dropping these videos, man. Y'all be looking out for the videos. I've been off for a little minute dealing with death in the family and just real life shit. But I'm getting back to it slowly for surely. I might do a live stream tonight, so y'all be looking out for that, man. And I've been talking to a few fighters behind the scenes, working on a few interviews. Just trying to bring y'all some content and good content and things of that nature. So I will be back on it in a minute, man. But I appreciate everybody for showing love, rocking out with your boy, man, and just keeping it trail. And I wish y'all nothing but the best out there, man. Keep pushing and doing your thing, bro. And shouts out to the OGKQKC. Keep doing your thing too, OG. The haters go hate, but they can't stop shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I appreciate everybody for coming through, hitting the like button. If you ain't hit the like button, remember to hit the like button before you leave. Appreciate everybody that commented, shared their thoughts. I can't get to everybody, but I see y'all. And we will be back. KQKC will be on tomorrow, same time. And make sure that y'all go sub to the OG KQKC if y'all not sub to him, man. He putting in a whole lot of work, calling fights, doing live streams every day. You know what I'm saying? Giving y'all videos. So make sure that y'all go show him love and support. One of the best channels on this thing, But I appreciate everybody. And y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone, y'all.